In the year 2020, there are new laws. We're going to go into detail on them. Law SB 485 states that a driver who's been convicted of prostitution or vandalism, or a minor under the age of 18 who is convicted of unlawful possession or use of a firearm, offense related to possession, purchase, or sale, or the transportation of controlled substances involving a vehicle. The law also prohibits courts from ordering a DMV to delay the licensure, suspend, revoke, or restrict a person's license based on the conviction of a minor's possession or use of a controlled substance or alcohol for specific violations. The law AB 2918, this law requires the DMV to include information in the California Driver's Handbook regarding a person's civil rights during a traffic stop. This includes the right to file a complaint against a peace officer as specified. The following information was developed by the Civil Rights section of the Department of Justice in consultation with the DMV, the California Highway Patrol, the Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training, and other civil rights organizations. If during a traffic stop, an officer asks your permission to do something, you have the right to say no. However, if you say no and the officer says they're going to do it anyways, you do not have the right to interfere with their actions. For example, an officer may request to search all or part of your vehicle, and you have the right to decline that request. However, the officer may have legal authority to search your vehicle, and you cannot resist. If you are pulled over, you must provide 3 things to an officer: your license, vehicle registration, and proof of insurance. If a driver does not produce these documents, officers may conduct a search for them. An officer may request the names or identities of passengers in the vehicle. Passengers can decline that request, but under some circumstances, the passengers may be required to identify themselves anyways. If passengers do not want to produce their identification, they should clearly say no. Passengers should not interfere with an officer during a traffic stop. The officer can legally require the driver and all passengers to exit or stay inside the vehicle if they are told they must do so. In California, only federal law enforcement can ask you about your immigration status. State and local officers are prohibited from asking passengers about their immigration status. If they ask you about your immigration status, you can decline to answer. In general, the First Amendment protects the rights of drivers and passengers to record interactions with police in public spaces. If you are recording, you should immediately make that clear. You do not have the right to interfere with an officer's lawful duties during an enforcement stop, and you should not reach into concealed areas to retrieve your recording device without asking the officer's permission first. If your recording is not interfering with the officer's ability to lawfully do for their job, an officer cannot confiscate your recording device, delete the recording, or destroy the device just because you are using it to record. Also, you have the right to deny a request to unlock your cell phone or provide a password to it, though under some circumstances, if you're on parole, you may have to give permission in response to such requests. And finally, no government employee can retaliate against you just because you recorded something in public. Let's say you feel like your rights have been violated. What can you do? You get the chance to explain. You don't get the chance to be confrontational. Let's say you're pulled over. You have rights. Those rights provide you and the police officer safety. Remember, it's dangerous to be confrontational.